hi, Yellow Jacket fans, and welcome to the Yellow Jacket Football Show. I'm Carl Gurgis with my sidekick, Coach James Gage. Coach, we started off like a house of fire. We go 70 yards. Vidania goes to pay dirt, and then it was just we just didn't take care of business.
Well, the message was to start fast this week, and we challenged our kids to try to score a couple times early in the first half. And right out the bat, boom, 70 yards, and we felt pretty good about ourselves. And then the lightning kicked in, and we went inside for a little over an hour, and we just never really found our mojo after that. It took us a while to kind of get it back in our favor again.
You know, we had 266 rushing yards, 9 Yellow Jackets toted the pigskin, so you certainly passed it around. 37 carries, and if you took away Vidania's 70-yard scamper, you still averaged 5.5 yards per rush.
Yes, sir. We had our best day as far as total yards go. We had 282 total yards of offense the other day, and one of our goals was to get 275. So we reached that goal, but the biggest issue for us was we turned the ball over 4 times. And
three fumbles really hurt us.
That was one of the messages to the kids this week was penalties and turnovers were going to be the difference in the game. And unfortunately, we turned the ball over, and we had the penalties that we couldn't afford.
Well, we've got one more coming up, and we'll talk about that later, okay? We'll be right back with highlights of the game between the Yellow Jackets and Elsik, so stay with us.
Even now, while we're distancing, your body needs to move. At Houston Methodist Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, our teams are ready with advanced technology and imaging to deliver custom treatment plans safely. And our minimally invasive procedures can help you heal faster. We have the expertise to keep you moving because every movement matters. Find the care you need at locations throughout Houston. Houston Methodist, leading medicine.
Well, Coach, let's get right into the film highlights of the game between Elsik and our Alvin Yellow Jackets.
All right. Here it is, first play of the game. Just a simple dive. We honestly just wanted to start the game with something simple to kind of figure out what they were going to be doing defensively to us. And, 70 yards later, we're up 6-0. We missed the extra point. But you can see our offensive line does a really good job blowing them off the ball. We actually blow those defensive linemen back into the linebackers' laps. And the safety just runs right by our fullback, never even sees him with the ball. You can see 6 or 15 right there just run right by him. And, Tony being a senior, he's leading the team in rushing, so really happy for him that he got the opportunity to get that big play right there.
You must be the speed coach because he is really, he was picking it up and laying them down pretty good.
We're not known for speed around here, and so when we were running away from them, I told our coaches, we got an actual chance against these guys today. So, okay, moving over to the defensive side here. They had a really good little freshman running back right there, number 1. And you can see Braden Sobek comes in and gets the pressure from the inside linebacker position. And then number 4, Gavin Guthrie, does a really good job keeping his outside shoulder free and forcing the ball back inside and just wrapping up that ankle right there. So really good play by our defense just to kind of funnel it back inside. But you can see Sobek reads it, gets through and beats the blocker through the hole and slows him down just enough to where the gang can get there to tackle him.
Host of Yellow Jackets all over the place.
There was a bunch of them. We had a bunch of tackles like that the other day. Okay, so do a good job of making the ball bounce right there. Colton Smith steps up, makes the ball bounce, and then we finally got Bo Oshesky back this week from a hurt ankle. You can see him rolling down, they motion, and he does a good job of stepping up and forcing right there and grabbing on again. That little freshman number 1 right there was hard to tackle, but when we got our hands on him, we were able to hold him up until the gang got there.
You can count how many Yellow Jackets were around that play at the end, too.
Yes, sir. And that was, again, that's been the message all year. Run to the ball, and you can see at least 7 right there in the picture by the time we get them down. All right, back over to the offensive side. We ran inside veer a while ago. Now we decided to run the outside veer, and Cody Smith, our senior quarterback, does a good job operating, and they tackle the fullback like they were coached to do. And then Cody did a good job of not hesitating, gets to the edge and just turns it up. And, we always joke about his speed a little bit, but once he gets out in the open field, he can run a little bit. And then what he does really well right here that I preach to our kids is he finishes his run. He lowers his shoulder and falls forward. That's what we want our kids to do when we get tackled, is fall forward. He gets 2 extra yards.
Yeah, he hit about the 35-yard line there, and he's down at the 30.
He did, but you can see Kelton Morrison-Coffin gets a great block right there on the linebacker. Just a really well-executed play. Chris Touch on the outside does a good job of running off the corner and then turning around and getting a block right there. So just a really well executed play for us. All right, back over to the defensive side of the ball. Again, there comes Bo inside like a just rocket coming downhill. And then you see Easton Winfield right there wrapping up too. And we hold him up. And then like you said a while ago, we got about 7 or 8 guys in on the tackle right there. And there's several of them that are trying to get the ball out. But man, that middle number 21 in this case, did a good job of holding on to the ball. But just a great effort by our kids to all get to the football and gang tackle. Okay, so this was right after a penalty. It was 1st and 25, and we felt like they were playing man coverage on our receiver, so we ran our receiver on an inside post, which cleared out the corner, and you can see the running back run the wheel there wide open. Just a really good touch ball by Cody Smith right there. Throws it to number 42, Jordan Torres, who he told me that ball, he felt like that ball was in the air for an hour waiting for it to come down, but once he caught it, he realized how wide open he was and gets about 20 more yards. So that was a big play for us. Gets us a first down, but then also gets us down inside the 35-yard line. So
And Cody's done a good job improving throughout the year, too, in his passing.
absolutely, and we've tried to simplify things for him, but what he does is take what the defense gives him, and he gets a really good pocket there. Offensive line and running backs do a really good job protecting and giving him a chance to step into his throw and find the open receiver.
Good job.
All right, so big play here. This was late in the second quarter, and they tried a deep ball to get down in scoring position right before the half, and number 2, Gage Johnson, comes up with a big interception there, and I think that's our first interception on the year. I'm not sure, but just an outstanding play for him to go up and then not only make the interception, but then have a great run afterwards. And you can see defensive guys getting blocks out there, returns it all the way back to the 45. He does fumble there at the end, but they called him down. And so he gave us a chance to get the ball back right before the half and really had a chance to go down and score. But just really proud of his effort. He played a tremendous game on the defensive side of the ball.
Well, you got a 30-yard return. You had some good blocks along the way. So, it's, again, a team effort.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. A lot of good effort plays right there. You got Bo getting in the play. Gavin shows up here in a second. You got Elijah Harris trying to get a block in right there. Who is that right there? Connor Hughes playing both ways, get the block downfield. So just a really good job by our guys playing together right here.
Well, if it's your only interception of the year, you sure did a great job on the one.
We're going to try to get a couple more tomorrow.
Okay.
But yeah, that was a great play right there by Gage. Down here on the goal line, trying to keep them out. We got a slant called by our defensive line, and you can see senior Wesley Brzezinski slants across 65 space right there and does a really good job, again, wrapping up little number 1 and brings him to the ground right there. But just a really good job getting across 65 space and not letting him block him right there. Just doing a really good job of what he's coached to do and slant across that guy's face.
5, 6 players swarming around the tackle.
Yes, sir. And that's what it's been all year long.
Right.
All right, again, our defensive line does a really good job here, eating up blocks, and keeping them free. And I believe it's Briar Jones gets in there and pops the guy, forces a fumble. Let's see. Who is that right there that forces that fumble? Briar Jones recovers the fumble. I think that's Bo coming downhill causing the fumble right there. But you can see our 3 down linemen right there do a good job eating up blocks and freeing up those guys that they can play downhill, and comes in and does a really good job putting a pop on the guy. And then Briar Jones comes over the top and recovers it right there. So
Well, it's a good opportunity for the fumble, too, at our 10-yard line.
they were down trying to go ahead and score, and this gave us the ball back, and we actually ended up getting a penalty the next play offensively, but we didn't go down 95 yards and ended up scoring. Yeah. So anytime you get the ball back and then get points on the board, that's always a good swing. Okay, so this is Deshaun Peterson, he's a JV player, but we didn't have a JV game, so we suited up a few JV kids, and only a sophomore, and he's going to be a tremendous football player for us. And he's done some really, really good things down on the JV, and we gave him a chance to play the other day, and you can see he's a hard runner, he's a big kid, and he's hard to take down. And we actually tacked on 15 more at the end of this play. The kid trips him to tackle him, which obviously is illegal, but just a great play by him to get us out of our own goal line, who is that? Trevor Bokel's our quarterback, reads it right. We're reading the end, and he definitely runs up the field, so he's taught to give that. But then Deshaun does it all on his own after that, breaking a couple tackles and then just getting downfield and running like he's been running all year.
If you count the number of white jerseys, there's about 7 or 8 of them that touched him, and only one of them finally got to him.
And that's how it's been on the JV. He's, like I said, he's gotten better and better, and it's been good for him to play down on the JV this year. He probably could have been a varsity player for us, but he's getting a lot more snaps down there on the JV, and it's really helped him develop as a player.
What's his classification?
He's a sophomore.
Sophomore?
Yes,
You
sir.
got him 2 more years.
Yes, sir.
Good.
This time they tackle the fullback, and quarterback says, all right, well, I'll keep it. You got Trevor Bokel right there getting around the corner for about a 15 or 16-yard play. But you can see what Trevor does really well at the quarterback position is he rides the fullback in, what we say, ride the fullback in the hole. And you can see 3 guys end up taking the fullback because they think he has the ball.
He has a little speed, too. When
He does. He's got a little bit of athleticism, and he's a junior, so we'll get him back next year as well. So, and him and Cody these last 3 or 4 weeks have really been kind of alternating series. They've been going about 2 series and switching. And he's getting better and better every time he steps foot out there. And you can see Tony Vidania right there. We bumped him to running back, and all he does is block out there. But that's what he's coached to do. Whether he's playing fullback running the ball or whether he's at running back blocking for us, he does whatever he's coached to do. So.
Well, we had 266 rushing yards, and as I said, 9 Yellow Jackets carried the ball, so you spread it around pretty good, and that's pretty good offense.
Yes, sir. And then you can see our little bitty right tackle right there, Joe Vega, weighs about 160 pounds, which he's smaller than most of our running backs. But what he does, he gets on the linebacker right there and just he's like that little gnat that won't go away. You just can't get rid of him. And so he just gives us great effort, and I'm proud to death that he's played every game for us this year, and he's a great kid to coach. So anytime he gets on the field and gets success like that, it's good. All right, so we put the freshman in the game. Gabriel McFarland here gets a chance. And what a great way for your first varsity carry to go 20 yards and a touchdown right there. Great job by Bokel reading it, getting it pitched, and then again you get a great block by number 21, Elijah Harris. And then there goes Tony Vidania just being an absolute team player right there, getting out there and getting a great block on the safety. And then number 3, McFarland, just does a great job making a play. And the cool thing about that was right in front of his dad. Just right down there on the goal line. So Dad got to see his not only first high school carry, but his first high school touchdown as well. So,
but look at the players that also in front of the play there. He set up his blocks real well.
Yes, sir. And he does a really good job using his athleticism to set up those blocks. He dips in and then dips back out, gets to the sideline, and kind of slows those guys down, and then sidesteps the guy right there on the 2-yard line, which is a tremendously talented play by him, especially for a freshman. So
just like you say, you got him 3 more years.
Yes, sir. So we're excited about that.
Well, not bad highlights.
We're
not
getting
bad
better.
At all. Yeah,
We're
you are.
getting better.
We got 1 more to go.
Yes,
That's this Thursday night.
Tomorrow night.
7 o'clock kickoff at Memorial Stadium, and it's with Dulles. That's sort of a make-up game or a game that you just
Yes, sir.
together?
So our game against A-Leaf Taylor early in the year, district game, got postponed. They had some issues at their school with the whole COVID issues and quarantining, and so they ended up having to play Shadow Creek this week, and so we were still in need of a game, and so we put it out there, and Fort Bend Dulles came calling and said, hey, we need a game too, and so we set it up to where they can come over here, and we're going to go have fun one more time.
And we'll have the highlights of that game next week as well.
Yes, sir.
I know you can't stay around, but stick around because I've got 2 very special guests.
All right.
Can you imagine that I have 2 women that are going to come up here and talk to me? Don't answer the question. Karen Taylor, our principal at Alvin High School, and Carol Nelson, our superintendent of the Alvin Independent School District, are going to be our guests. So stay with us.
Come rain, shine, or even a pandemic, Alvin Community College provides an affordable, quality education that's close to where you live. We can help fulfill your career and educational goals while saving you money. We're supporting students no matter the situation by being flexible in how we teach, providing financial assistance, and expanding our virtual support services. Experience the difference and make ACC your college right now.
Welcome back, Yellow Jacket football fans. We've got a real special, I guess you could say, opportunity to have with us 2 young ladies that are very special to Alvin High School and to the Alvin Independent School District. On my left is Carol Nelson, our superintendent of schools. On her left is Karen Taylor, the principal of Alvin High School. Ladies, first off, welcome aboard. It's been an interesting year, to say the least. A lot has happened, a lot is going to happen. Tell us a few things that are going to happen that you're excited about, and perhaps what we've been able to do throughout this year.
So thank you, Carl, for inviting me today, and Miss Taylor as well. And let me just say that I was excited to hear Coach Gage talk about the game the other night. It was a very exciting game, and look forward to a lot more excitement in the Yellow Jacket football. So about the district, yes, it has been a challenging year, challenging end to last year. If you recall, a lot of our seniors missed a lot of their activities at the end of the year last year, but we were able to pull off graduation at Heritage. And so we look forward to this year. We're also going to host graduation at the Heritage Center. So we're excited about that. But moving forward, you know, we're all about kids, and we're focused on our students and our students' needs. But at the same time, we know that our educators and our teachers and everyone who's been working in our schools have been putting in so much commitment to making the school year as normal as possible, if that's even a word in our vocabulary anymore. But we're looking forward to opening a new junior high next year, Jackie Doucette Caffey Junior High, and that's out in the Meridiana neighborhood. Okay. And then the following year, we'll be opening our fourth comprehensive high school, Iowa Colony High School. Pioneers is... You
can remember when we just had one, and now 2, 3, 4.
Yes.
It's just like, where are they coming from?
Yes, so I was actually fortunate to be in the district when Manville High School opened, Shadow Creek High School, and now our fourth high school with Iowa Colony. And I'm excited for the community out there because the school's going to be the focal point in the community. So exciting times, exciting things coming for Alvin ISD and also Alvin High School.
Well, it's never a dull time right now, for certain. You can't even begin to think, oh, have I done this, have I done that? This is what we've got coming up on the drawing board, and it's just something you have to be ready for. But good job for everything we're doing. Let's get over to Karen. Karen, Alvin High School, the flagship high school for the Alvin Independent School District, and here you're in your second year as principal. Welcome aboard to the Yellow Jacket Football Show.
Thank you. And Carl, this is my first time on set, so thank you for inviting me. I'm enjoying it so far.
What a cast of characters we have here. The superintendent and you and I can't beat that. Tell us about Alvin High School. What's happening?
Well, let's just start. You know, we've talked about football. Let's talk about our volleyball program now. You know, I believe the last time they went to the playoffs was in 2015. So here we are. We were back in the playoffs. So those girls did a great job to get us there. We're really proud of them. Our basketball season is off to a great start. I was at the boys' basketball game last night, and they finished with that win. So we're excited for them. We had our academic decathlon, had a practice meet. Now things are different. It was a virtual meet, but we're working out those kinks so that those real competitions can run smoothly. We did well there. Brazoria County Fair, we had lots of kids participating and showing their animals and things like that, and did great there. Anywhere you go in any of our programs, you're going to see our ROTC. They're very active, so it might be a different year and not completely normal, but we're getting our kids out there and they're active.
Well, there's a lot of special features too that you have. You have a lot of nice facilities that we've got now. The new Marguerite Edwards, an auditorium that is new. There may be some other things that I'm leaving out.
We've redone our ROTC program, bringing them up. I'm trying to think.
Join in.
So do we have new facilities?
Yes. So one of the things that was on the forefront for myself, having my son having been in the Yellow Jacket football program, one of the struggles back then was being able to hear on the sound system.
That's right.
So we upgraded the sound system there. The lights are upgraded. The facilities at Memorial Stadium are very comparable to the other district stadium, Heritage. And so very excited about that. I think it's a top-notch stadium, and
we're really proud of it.
Yes.
And something I also want to say, last month we had our veterans program out at the stadium, and that was an awesome event. I don't know if you were there, Carl, but you should have been.
I'll put that on my agenda. Be sure and call me the next time so I don't leave these things out.
Yes, that was an awesome program too. So we're getting our kids out there and they're active as best we can.
Well, you
We're
know, we
proud of
talk a
them.
lot about the athletics of it, but scholastically too, we're pretty darn good all the way around, right?
Yes, we are. Our students excel. We have merit scholars. We have elementary schools in UIL participating, and so yes, we're very proud of our academics as well.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, appreciate you joining us. I just wanted to bring these two young ladies on and let them give us a real good overall view of what's happening at in the Alvin Independent School District and also at Alvin High School. Very much happy to have you, Carol. Karen, thanks again for joining us. We'll do
Thank
this
you,
again
Paul.
sometimes, okay?
Thank
and
you.
good luck with the Yellow Jackets and good luck at the high school and for the AISD.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you very much, folks, for joining us. Go Jackets. We'll see you Friday night.
Thursday.
Night. Thank you that's why you're on the show, to help me out. Thursday night, Memorial, no, it's at the, it's a Freedom, isn't it?
No,
I believe
it's
No, it's
Memorial
here.
Stadium.
Memorial
That's especially
Stadium.
why you're on the show, to help me out. At Memorial Stadium, and that's 7 o'clock, Alvin and Dulles. For Carl Gurgis, Coach James Gage, we'll see you again next week.